I told my wife she wasn't allowed to go to her own brother's wedding. My wife, Cora, was the bone marrow match for her brother Reed's son in April. Micah was 4 years old and had leukemia, and Cora was the only match in the entire family. The transplant worked. Micah is in remission now, and both our families called Cora a hero. Her recovery was slower than anyone expected. The doctor said her immune system would take months to rebuild, and that she couldn't be around crowds or travel internationally until at least the fall. Reed and his fiancée Brooke got engaged in late May, weeks after the transplant. Cora's mom threw a backyard party and kept saying God had given the family a second chance. At the party, Reed announced they were doing a destination wedding in Costa Rica in October. Cora pulled him aside and told him she couldn't fly internationally that soon, that her doctor had been strict about it. Reed said they'd sort something out and not to stress. They booked Costa Rica for October 19th. When the invitations went out in July, Cora told Brooke directly that she physically couldn't come. Brooke said plenty of people travel after being sick, and that Cora could just wear a mask. I told her that's not how bone marrow recovery works, that Cora's immune system was still rebuilding from nothing. Brooke said Cora was making it about herself again, that she'd had her moment being the hero, and now it was Reed's turn. Cora had her checkup in August. She asked her doctor straight out if she could fly to Costa Rica in October. He told her absolutely not. He said she'd need live vaccines for the region that she couldn't safely receive yet, and that a single infection abroad could put her back in the hospital. Cora cried in the car. She called Reed that night and told him everything the doctor said. He went quiet, then said maybe she was using the transplant as an excuse, because she never liked Brooke. Cora hung up. Her mom texted me the next morning saying if Cora really loved her nephew, she'd find a way to be there, that Reed had stood by Cora through everything, and she was turning her back on him. I didn't reply. 3 weeks ago, Reed called me directly. He said Cora could stay in the resort room the whole trip if the son was a problem, but she had to at least be in the photos. I told him his sister gave her bone marrow to save his son, and he was angry she couldn't get on a plane 6 months later. He said that was a cheap shot, and hung up. Cora's mom started a group chat with both of us and Cora's dad. She wrote that Cora's dad was heartbroken, and that after everything this family had survived, didn't Cora want to celebrate. Cora called her dad privately. He told her he never said that, and that her mom had typed it herself. He said Cora should not get on that plane, and that he would handle Reed. Nothing changed. Last week, Cora told Reed we weren't coming. Her mom called me and said I was controlling Cora, that I wanted her weak and dependent and cut off from her own blood, that the real reason was that I didn't want her close to her family. Brooke sent Cora a message saying she clearly cared more about her husband than the nephew she supposedly saved, that she would regret missing this for the rest of her life. Cora's cousin started commenting under her photos, asking if she thought she was too good for the family now. The wedding was 4 days ago. We stayed home. Cora's mom posted around 60 pictures that night. One caption read, "Surrounded by the people who actually show up for this family." Another was a photo of little Micah in his ring bearer suit, and the caption said, "The aunt who saved his life couldn't be bothered to watch him walk down the aisle." Cora read that one twice and then closed her phone. She didn't speak for the rest of the night. The next morning, Reed sent a voice message. He said he was done covering for her, that people kept asking where his sister was and he had no answer, and that he didn't care about her recovery anymore because she made her choice. Cora deleted it and blocked his number. Then she blocked her mom too. I asked if she was sure. She said if they couldn't understand why she didn't fly across the world 6 months after donating her bone marrow, she didn't want to hear from them. Her dad called me yesterday. He said her mom and Reed were demanding Cora apologize for ruining the wedding. I told him Cora had nothing to apologize for. He agreed, but said the family was breaking apart. I told him that wasn't Cora's job to fix. Cora unblocked her dad and left the rest of them blocked.